We've seen them in movies: telekinesis, mind reading, superhuman strength. But what if we told you that these aren't just things of fiction? Some scientists believe these may be latent abilities that humans possess, and it's not a stretch to say that some of us might have superpowers. But in actual public transport, double-decker bus weighing in at around 12 tons. You heard that right? 12 tons. After all, a normal person would break their back trying to lift a bus. Well, Eddie isn't your average Joe. He's got bigger bones than most people, which means he can handle more pressure without breaking. Or maybe you've been so engrossed in a task that you didn't notice the cut on your hand bleeding? Sounds like a superpower, right? Well, believe it or not, there's a scientific explanation behind it. One example is Wang, a Chinese man who became an internet sensation for a video showing him bending metal spoons with his mind. But is this really possible? Well, according to experts, some people do have psychokinetic or telekinetic powers. It might seem simple, but trust me, not everyone can do it. Or click this other video to see the reality of mutants among us. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. And that's because it requires a level of coordination that many people just don't have. It all comes down to the perfect timing of the muscles in your face and chest. When you inhale, your diaphragm moves down, signaling to the muscles in your face to form a smile. At the same time, your facial muscles contract to pull the corners of your mouth upward. But here's the real magic. As you exhale, your diaphragm moves up and your mouth returns to its normal position. It's a seamless and automatic process that you probably do dozens of times a day without even realizing it. But the question is, how does this relate to superpowers? Well, having the ability to control your breathing and facial muscles so precisely is a testament to the incredible complexity and efficiency of the human body. It's a superpower that you probably take for granted, but I'm here to tell you to embrace it. Because let's face it, smiling and breathing at the same time is pretty awesome. This means they can move objects with their minds without using any physical force. But how is this possible? Some believe that psychokinesis is caused by extrasensory perception, or ESP, which is the ability to perceive things beyond the five senses. Others believe that it's caused by quantum entanglement, which is a connection between two particles regardless of the distance between them. Proponents of psychokinesis argue that this ability exists and that it can be used to do amazing things. But skeptics argue that there's no scientific evidence to support these claims. What do you think? Is bending metal with your mind a superpower or just a bunch of hooey? Meet Dmitry Shakhnovich, a man who can take punches that would send anyone else to the hospital. But did you know that it's actually a sign of a superpower? That's right. Déjà vu is a subtle hint that you possess the extraordinary ability to absorb and process information faster than anyone else. In fact, your brain is processing information at lightning speed, making connections that others might miss. This is why you experience déjà vu. Your brain is recognizing patterns and making connections that most people wouldn't even think of. But that's not all. Your brain is also great at multitasking. You can hold multiple thoughts in your head at once and switch between them seamlessly. This allows you to collect and process vast amounts of information quickly, helping you make better decisions and solve problems more efficiently. So the next time you experience déjà vu, don't just brush it off as a strange feeling. Embrace it as a reminder of the incredible brain you have and all the amazing things it can do. But he doesn't have a steel jaw or a secret stash of iron pills. Instead, he has a rare medical condition called congenital insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis, or CIPA for short. Those with SEPA have a mutation in their genome that affects the way their bodies process pain signals. Normally, when you get hurt, your body releases chemicals like substance P and glutamate, which activate neurons that send pain signals to the brain. But in the case of SEPA patients, these signals never make it through. And that's why they can endure intense pain without even flinching. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows for Dmitry and others with SEPA. While it might seem like a superpower to be able to take a punch without feeling pain, it also means that they can't feel any other sensations like heat, cold, itching. They also have trouble regulating their body temperature and are prone to developing ulcers and gangrene. And the worst part is that there's no cure for SEPA. All Dmitry and others like him can do is manage their symptoms and try to live as normal a life as possible. If you're thinking these are signs of superpowers, well, you're onto something. These seemingly forgetful moments might actually be instances of something called attentional blindness, and it's no joke. Attentional blindness occurs when you're so focused on one thing that you completely miss what's happening around you. And it's not because you lack attention, quite the opposite. Studies show that those who possess this ability have a selective attention span, meaning they can focus on one thing while ignoring distractions. That's why they might not notice a cut on their hand while working on an engaging project. However, this ability comes at a price. When you have this superpower, you can't help but compare yourself to others. As a result, you might feel intense self-blame and guilt if you accidentally hurt someone. It's a tough balance between having this superpower and feeling its emotional weight. And when you combine that with super strong muscles, tendons, and ligaments, you get a human powerhouse. But here's where things get weird. Recent research has revealed another reason behind Eddie's strength. Some parts of his muscle cells are actually longer than average, allowing him to generate more force than most folks. This means that his muscles work like levers, giving him even more oomph when he lifts weights. And the kicker, this might not be unique to Eddie. Scientists think that our muscles may have evolved to become stronger and more flexible over time, thanks to all the heavy lifting that humans do. Who knew that our ancestors were all bodybuilders? Just imagine what we'll be capable of in a few million years. Maybe we'll be able to lift cars or even planes. Now, that would be a superpower. And if that seems unbelievable, meet Eddie Hall, a man from the UK who can bench press over 500 kilograms, close to double his body weight. His feet are also pretty special because they can spread apart by 9 centimeters, making him the world record holder for this peculiar ability. It sounds crazy, but stay tuned because we're about to blow your mind. Imagine being able to lift a bust, no, not the mini ones that you see in toy stores. Here on Wednesdays, something extraordinary happens. People gather not just for a movie or a play, but for a unique theatrical experience. On this night, the audience becomes part of the show. The actors rely on the viewer's participation to guide the plot forward, creating a one-of-a-kind performance each time. And it's all thanks to one woman, the creator of this unique theater, Janet Milk. She's got a superpower, one that might sound ordinary to you, but trust me, it's anything but. She has a photographic memory, also known as eidetic memory. That means she can remember every single detail of every book she's ever read, every conversation she's ever had, and every face she's ever seen. But how is this possible? You might think it's all about memorizing, but it's actually much more complex than that. According to experts, people with eidetic memory don't necessarily remember more information, but they do remember details that others miss. This is due to the efficiency of their visual centers, which help them remember what they see. Some researchers believe that those with eidetic memory possess a sort of reverse mirror neuron system, meaning that when they observe actions, their motor regions are automatically activated. This allows them to mentally revisit experiences, bringing back not just memories, but the emotions associated with them. But the question is, how can someone possess such power? In the bustling city of New York, amidst the honking cabs and towering there's a hidden gem, the Michael J. Fox Theater. Have you ever walked into a room only to forget why you're there? Now, imagine being able to withstand a punch that would knock out any normal person. It's hard to imagine being able to bend metal with just your mind, but some people swear they have this superpower. We've all experienced déjà vu, that eerie feeling that something is familiar, yet you can't quite put your finger on it. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that you have a superpower that most people don't? That's right, you can smile and breathe at the same time. So now you know that some humans have superpowers. It's time to find out if you have any. Check out the video on screen to find out.